at night. Park.
All right, and we're live.
All right.
You got that music rolling over there?
I do.
Yeah?
Need some more volume?
Is that the Night Park track playing? Or is that something else?
No, that
okay, I was like...
hold on.
Okay. That was tripping me out.
I can't hear what you hear.
Okay. So, that's what was tripping me out. It's like, am I... There we go.
All right.
All right. We're starting a little late today. We apologize. We got Creole in the building over here.
What's up? This is Creole.
Yeah, we already got our technical difficulties out of the way, so this should run very smoothly. So let's go ahead and get it out of the way. You can go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You can go ahead and like, comment, chat, all that good stuff. And before we get into it, we are not financial advisors.
No, not at all.
Not even close. So none of what we say, well, all of what we say, you should do further research on and confirm for yourself. Okay. So let's get right into it.
Let's do it.
Right. So we're talking about staking Cardano and Polkadot in this episode. And let's go ahead and jump right on in. Okay. So first, let us say that we both hold Cardano and Polkadot. They are probably our two largest holdings.
Big
right
bags.
now.
Yes.
Yeah. big bags. So just to put that out there. So the first thing I think that is important for everyone to know is the difference between staking and lending. It seems kind of common that people use staking as kind of this general term for earning interest on their crypto when there really is a very specific difference between staking and lending. So let's know that before we move forward. Staking is where users agree to pledge money to a network in order to help it validate transactions, right? You're helping to secure the network and you're helping that network to validate transactions, right? Lending is where users agree to loan their cryptocurrencies in return for interest payments. All right. And we're going to have all of these articles, everything we're going to have linked below after this live. So stick around, come back after we finish up. We'll have everything linked below in the description. So we got those definitions from Decrypt. Okay. And they have a really great article that goes in depth on the difference between staking and lending. And there's all these types of videos that go into the tech with staking and everything like that. So do more research on that.
Yes, definitely do your research because we find a majority or a good significant amount of YouTubers or people online use words incorrectly. So we may even do that.
Yeah, it's very easy to do.
Right.
It can be easy to do.
So always you want to do your own research, and you always want to look up definitions of words that you don't know. And when you look up those definitions, be sure to source multiple sources because this is a new landscape here.
Right. Yeah, it's very easy for people to get confused or to switch words or not use proper terms. So it's good, especially if you're new and you're a beginner in this space, to really do your research, really start using terms correctly, and yeah, just developing that foundation in this space. Okay, so staking and lending platforms, okay? Now there's a bunch of staking ways you can stake. There's a bunch of ways that you can lend. These are just a few that I know that are very popular right now, and some of these Creole and I use, right? So for example, staking, we stake our Polkadot on Kraken, okay? We stake our Cardano on Daedalus. I personally also stake Cardano or ADA, right, on Exodus. Binance is also another popular staking platform. I don't use that personally. If you're a US citizen and you're living in America, chances are you're not able to use Binance to stake. As far as lending platforms, Creole and I's favorite lending platform right now is Celsius.
Yes.
We love Alex Mashinsky. We listen to his AMAs. So we really go hard for Celsius. BlockFi is probably one of the more popular lending platforms right now. We have someone in our Discord group, shout out Crypto Joe, who loves BlockFi. So again, there's all these different options, and really you can play around with a few different ones and see which one you like. Look at the APYs, things like that can help you make a decision. Gemini Earn, I started using that a little bit recently. Crypto.com, you can stake their Crow on Crypto.com, but they have a bunch of different coins on Crypto.com that you can earn interest on.
Yes.
Right, so those are just a few, right? There's a whole lot of other platforms out here that you can use. And again, we'll have a resource listed below that'll help you find certain staking coins and things of that nature. Okay, Cardano Staking. So now we're moving into what we personally like to use and what we personally have the most experience with, and that is Daedalus, which is Cardano's built by the Cardano team, right, by the developers. And then we have Exodus, which is one of my favorite wallets to use. They have a mobile wallet and they have a desktop wallet, right? So Exodus is great if you're on your phone a lot. Maybe you don't have a laptop, maybe you don't have a desktop. Exodus would be a cool option for you to use if you want to stake on a mobile device. So Daedalus right now is at a 4.6 APY, and Exodus is at a whopping 7.06 APY. So when Actually, I just found this out when I was making this presentation. Exodus used to be at around 4.6. I don't know what happened. Maybe they're feeling saucy. Maybe they're in a giving mood. But that is now bumped up to 7.06 APY. So, I mean, definitely take advantage of that. Like I said, I use both. So and again, you don't have to put everything in one place.
Right.
I like to spread my coins around. So for Daedalus, I have like my savings account, if you will, is in Daedalus, and my spending money is mostly in Exodus, right? So you can, if you want to put some in Exodus, you want to put some in Daedalus, do that. You can do that.
Now, I do have a question for you, Shell.
Yeah.
With the Exodus Cardano staking, are you able to choose your pool operator, or is it just the Exodus pool?
Just whatever that is with Exodus. There's no choice there like with Daedalus.
Okay, so those listening right now, keep this in mind that these APYs tend to fluctuate every 5 days. And it depends on which pool you choose to delegate your ADA to. For example, if you download the Daedalus wallet, which is a desktop wallet, and you move your ADA to the Daedalus wallet, you are then able to delegate your ADA to, I believe it's over 1,000 different pools now.
Matter of fact, I have a slide for you, Creole. Keep
going.
going.
I'm getting ahead of myself here.
Keep going. I got you.
So with that, with using Daedalus, the good thing here is that it's your wallet, it's under your custody, which means you have the private keys and only you have the private keys.
Which is the same for Exodus.
Okay.
But I see what you're saying. But yeah. Because with Exodus, you also own your private keys, right? You have custody with Exodus. But there's something special in using the Cardano wallet, right? Cardano, they built the Daedalus wallet. So you literally cannot go wrong with that. Right? So what I have up here right now is an example of what the Daedalus wallet looks like. And we are in the delegation center right here. So again, I'm just pulling this up. So you have your epics here. It has a countdown, all this cool stuff. We move forward to the stake pools. We love the Cardano stake pool. We've been following Felipe for years now. So that's who we delegate our stake to.
Right. And if you're out there, Felipe, restart the Cardano effect. We miss that.
Yeah, we do. We really do. And Creole, speaking of that, well, actually, I'm gonna come back to you in a second, Creole. So, but yeah, on the stake pools, there's you see here 2,000 plus stake pools that you can choose from, right? Then we move forward to rewards. You can have multiple wallets, right? And then it will calculate your rewards. And listen to this. Rewards earned by delegating your stake are automatically collected into your reward account and added to your wallet balance.
That's huge.
Yeah.
But if I may jump in here,
Go ahead.
Anytime, if you're a beginner, if you're looking for a project coin to invest into, you want to look at not just the staking rewards, but you want to look at how quickly you can stake, how quickly you can start earning that passive income, and how quickly, if you decide to move your money out of the pool or your ADA out of the pool, does that happen instantaneously? I know there's a couple projects out there that it could take 7 days, 14 days, 25 days to get your initial investment back or your collateral back. So the beautiful thing about Cardano is that you can stake any moment of any day, and you can undelegate and get your money back any moment of any day, any hour, any minute, instantly.
Yeah, that's huge. That is huge.
Right.
So it's not like, and again, like I said, DOT and ADA are our top staking coins, but we have ZIL. I have Algorand. But you know, the thing with ZIL is it's what 10 plus days you have to wait
10,
until
14 days.
Yeah. So it's stuff like that you have to be very aware of depending on what coin you're staking, what platform you're staking it on. You have to be aware of all of that. Okay, so Exodus. We're going to move over into Exodus. So I have a lot more experience with Exodus than Creole does. Creole is all about Daedalus, which I get, but I absolutely love Exodus, and I think you should use Exodus a little bit more, Creole.
Oh, we'll see.
So here's an example of what Exodus would look like. Okay, we have our ADA address here, send and receive. So if you go up here to this plus sign, this reward sign, it has these coins that you can stake, right? So we have Cardano right here again at this 7.06 APY. And again, just a beautiful user interface, extremely user friendly. And here you have to claim your ADA rewards, okay? But yeah, Cardano staking is active. I'm getting those rewards, and all I have to do is come over here and claim my ADA rewards. And so let's move right on into Polkadot staking. Okay, so like I said, Creole and we use Kraken to stake, which is at a current 12% APY. Something that has kind of gotten a little bit of hype is the ledger functionality now of being able to stake Polkadot on Ledger Live, which is currently at about a 10% APY. We haven't, I know you have some stories about that, Creole.
Yes.
We haven't really gone that route, but we will say, I love crypto tips. Heidi has a tutorial out right now covering how to do that on Ledger.
And we'll put that in the description for you.
Right. So here's again a little peek at what this looks like for Kraken. We are under the staking tab here. We have staked assets. You have all these coins that you can stake on Kraken, but here's Polkadot, 12%. And then we move down here. So when you deposit DOT or you purchase DOT on Kraken, you have to, physically stake that. You have to put that into action, right? So a matter of fact, I had some that I just staked recently, but this is what that looks like. You can pick your max amount of DOT that you do not have stake, and then you can stake that on chain, right? And you're paid out twice a week. And so that's the end of this presentation. Let me go through a few tabs real quick. So here's the Daedalus website, daedaluswallet.io. Again, we'll have all this linked below where you can download this wallet. Again, we highly, highly, highly recommend. We go over here to cardano.org, and they have a calculator here where you can see potentially how much in rewards that you will make. So if I had 10,000 ADA in my wallet, then I could expect to earn about 460 ADA over the course of a year at 4.6 APY, right? So you can come over here and have some fun with this calculator. Go over here to Kraken. This is a page that talks about on-chain staking with Kraken. Again, payouts twice a week, instant unstaking. You get paid twice a week. Come on down here. It says Tuesday and Fridays is when you get paid out in your DOT. All that good stuff. How to stake on Polkadot. This is another thing. You can stake Polkadot on the Polkadot.js. That platform, that's a whole nother thing. There are tutorials on YouTube that go over that. This is, I would say, for beginners, this is not the route that you want to go. But again, just showing y'all that it's an option. And then we have over here Ledger. They have a bunch of information on how to stake using Ledger and all this information about rewards. So again, all this stuff will be linked below in the description.
And be sure to, if you would like us to go into a deeper dive in the differences between Cardano and Polkadot and ways of making passive income with each, let us know in the comments, or just like the video here, because when we go back at the end of each month, we see which videos has the most engagement and the most likes, and then we kind of tailor our content moving forward from there. But we do highly recommend investing in staking coins. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you what has worked for me and has been life-changing for me. It's no reason your cash should be in a bank account right now losing value.
Whew.
When you can move those funds into one of these projects, not only get 5%, 7%, 10%, 12% interest, but since we've been investing in these projects, the value of the coin has increased exponentially.
Right, but I think the other side of that is that there's a potential that they will decrease, right?
This is true.
So that's also another thing. But let me tell you, Bank of America isn't giving no 7.09 APY. None of that, right? I told Creole about this. One of the banks that I use, again, I like to spread my money out, but one of the banks that I use, I remember getting an email and they said that they were lowering the APY, and the APY ended up being like 0.01. So like basically nothing.
Wow. That doesn't even keep up with inflation.
Like what?
But you know, if you're a little hesitant to start investing into projects that have upside potential, and with that comes risk, there are stable coins available, and we'll do another video on that. But there are stable coins that are pegged to the US dollar that you can still make 7, 10, 12% interest on.
Right.
And once more people start realizing the power behind blockchain technology when it comes to currency and saving and financial knowledge, I guess there,
literacy.
it's more people are going to start driving into this new asset class. So we're really excited. We've got a lot of ideas for some future content for you that we'll be bringing. But again, we want your engagement. Please ask us questions in the comments. We're happy to answer.
Right. And again, what I just presented is a very high-level overview of what's out here. Do your Googles, do your YouTubes, and really get all that information that you need. And I think another thing to mention really quickly before we switch over to Creole is that Creole and I, we're planning on doing a Polkadot series.
Yes.
Going into April. We have gone down the Polkadot ecosystem rabbit hole, and I don't know. It's been a lot.
I'm excited.
Oh yeah, very exciting.
I told Michelle I started investing in Cardano around 2017. Fairly high price, all-time highs is when I started investing in Cardano.
Same.
But I believed in the project.
Right.
I believed in the team, the developers, and in the vision and mission of what they were trying to accomplish.
Right.
So throughout the entire bear market, I kept investing in this project.
Right.
I was buying Cardano when it was at 1.9 cents. You know.
Right.
So the potential and the feeling that I had with Cardano, I feel that with Polkadot, with what I'm seeing and researching now. So we're really excited to, with the next couple of weeks, to start bringing you more content around the Polkadot ecosystem, because it's so early right now. And when people say, I had a 10x, 100x, 1,000x on my initial investment, it's true.
Yeah.
It's happened to us. We've got the bank receipts to show you. But the trick is knowing where to look for these projects, and knowing how to
Identify winners. How to
identify winners and outweigh the risk and the benefits with the rewards.
Right, and identify winners early.
Right.
Early. That's
Early
a huge
is the
part
name of the
it,
game.
Right. And we also have a Polkadot ecosystem resource document that we are building that will be exclusive for the UTG community. We're very excited about that. It's already come in handy just for us personally as we're looking into these projects. So really excited to share that with everyone.
All right.
Yeah. Are you ready to switch over?
Yeah, so I will switch spots here, and we are going to look at the market cap and get into some crypto market news. Give us one moment.
Listen. Listen, I pump.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, this is Creole. Just going to do a little audio check here, and we are going to jump into this wonderful wonderland of cryptocurrency. Life changing. Okay. Okay. So let's jump into this, ladies and gentlemen. I am Creole, a fanatic of all things cryptocurrency and mostly Bitcoin and other projects and altcoins. Now I am going to go over the top 10 coins with you and the news of the week associated with those projects. A lot of good news this week for the cryptocurrency community, and
Yes.
we have quite a bit of ways to go in this bull market. So these numbers are looking very, very
They're
nice.
looking like they're going to increase.
Very nice. So I am on CoinGecko.com. Everything market cap, everything crypto related. I highly recommend this website. Let's take a look. Can you pass me that right there? Okay, market cap of all cryptocurrency right now, $1.83 trillion. Down a little bit from 7 days ago. I believe we were at 1.86. But not a large swing here. The 24-hour volume, $158 billion. BTC's market dominance, 58.8%. A lot higher, about 8% higher than last week. So we're seeing Bitcoin strengthen a little bit there. Ethereum dominance, 11.3%. The number one coin in all of crypto land, Bitcoin BTC, the price right now, $57,337. 24-hour volume, $56 billion. Market cap, $1.077 trillion. To put that in perspective for you, Apple is at $2 trillion, closed Friday. Amazon is at $1.5 trillion. Facebook is at $793 billion. Tesla coming in at $628 billion as far as the market closed on Friday. But the markets never close in crypto land. So let's take a look at the top 10 here. Still, number 2, Ethereum, the first second-generation cryptocurrency. Price right now, $1,779. 24-hour volume, 30 billion. Market cap, 206 billion. About a 7% decrease from last week. Number 3, Binance Coin. The coin used on the Binance smart contracts and other areas in the Binance ecosystem, coming in at $264. Market cap $40.9 billion there. Number 4, Tether, the ERC20 stablecoin, supposedly pegged 1-to-1 to the dollar. The story here, $80 billion in 24-hour volume. Money is flowing in and out here. That's about the same as last week, so I'm interested to see where the markets are going to move next week. Market cap of Tether coming in at $39 billion. Number 5, Cardano, above Polkadot right now. Cardano coming in at $1.18. Market cap $38 billion. Polkadot number 6 here, $36.48. Total market cap for Polkadot $35 billion. And again, I love to see this battle between the DeFi projects. You're going to see Binance Coin, Cardano, and Polkadot go head to head. My anticipation is until the summer. And then the summer is going to be really interesting because I want to see where Ethereum's dominance is. That's going to be interesting as far as when we move into this DeFi era, those fees. Is it going to hurt Ethereum as far as adoption with this institutional money? We'll see. Will they get Ethereum 2.0 out quick enough? We'll see.
We'll see.
Will all these second layer solutions for Ethereum start to be used more and more?
We'll see.
But Binance Coin, Cardano, and Polkadot they're right there. Number 7, XRP, Ripple, the Ripple Army. What's up out there? You've got some gains here, and I'm going to talk about where the news comes from this gains. Right now, an XRP token is 50 cents. The total market cap of XRP is $23 billion. Number 8, Uniswap, coming in at $32.59. Total market cap $17 billion. Litecoin coming in at at number 9 here in total market cap. The price is $194. The total market cap of Litecoin is $13 billion. Number 10, Chainlink, hanging on to that number 10 spot yet again this week. The price for each Chainlink right now is $29.08. Total market cap $12 billion. So, really not much movement between now and last week. Again, we come to you live every Sunday when the weekly candle closes, because that's where we are able to anticipate where the market will move with the next week. Again, not a lot of change, but the story of the top 10 coins by market cap is DeFi, and smart contracts. So we will see where the market leads in the future. So let's jump into some news here. Okay, I've got some good news for you this week. We'll start here. Visa taps deeper into Bitcoin through new global partnership with Crypto.com. I use Crypto.com. Michelle uses Crypto.com. It's a really good service. They give you a metal card in the mail. Each time you use this card as a debit card, they will give you 1.5. I think I'm at 3% cash back now on all purchases. And I tell you, that adds up. And let me go back to the coin market cap here, because I'm going to show you the Crypto.com is number 19 right now. Its symbol ticker is CRO. Right now it's worth 21 cents. Market cap $5 billion. It wasn't too long ago where this coin was in the top 10 and it had a drop, and now it's slowly but surely moving back up. But this news with Visa is going to be huge for them. And let me highlight one thing out of this article here. And again, I should have highlighted these sentences. Okay, right here. So Visa's credentials add a lot more utility for crypto assets and enable an easier way to spend them. And this is coming from the head of crypto at Visa. So Visa has a head of crypto. Visa has a crypto department. Think about that. Let that sit in. One of the largest payment processors has a crypto department. So when you hear people say Bitcoin isn't going anywhere, Bitcoin is a scam, well, Visa doesn't think so.
Right.
And Visa has a lot of smart people looking at this data and looking at the market right now.
I mean, it's Visa.
Yeah. The success of Crypto.com indicates the demand that we're seeing from consumers to be able to access crypto through Visa's 70 million merchant network.
Wow.
70 million merchants.
One more time.
70 million merchants. That's higher than MasterCard. And if you've been following this news, you're starting to see Visa trying to catch up with MasterCard, because MasterCard was one of the first movers into the crypto space. Visa is a lot bigger, but, you know, the market dictates where the money goes. And Visa is telling us we are having a demand from consumers to be able to access crypto. So these corporations are going to do what the consumers want. So keep this in mind as we're moving into the future here. That's a huge piece of news. Moving on here, Wyoming's DAO law passes state senate in a 28-2 vote. So what is a DAO? Michelle and I have been talking about this for quite some bit. A DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization. Okay, so what is that? Exactly what it says. It's decentralized and it's autonomous, automatic, and it's an organization. So you have to think of it like this. A DAO can be anything, but what this law is specifically going towards, you have to think a DAO can be used to automate the process of anything. In this particular article, we're talking about the process of lawmaking, okay? So if, for example, I don't know, your local political landscape proposes some type of proposal, okay? Citizens can then vote directly from his or her cell phone because everything is automated, okay? This makes it possible to legally register DAOs in the state of Wyoming. This is the first state here. So scrolling down here, the bill, as the block reported in early February, is the first of its kind. And it would create a legal link between would-be decentralized organizations and a U.S. state. Wyoming has gained a reputation as an industry-friendly state following previous legislative developments and the establishment of crypto-focused banks. And I will tell you this, Wyoming is on the forefront when it comes to crypto regulation and crypto acceptance. Michelle and I, we recently developed some LLCs in the state of Wyoming, because if you custody your crypto in the state of Wyoming, they do not tax when you trade crypto from crypto. Wow, that's huge.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, Wyoming, the state of Wyoming, is going to be the new Silicon Valley. And mark my words, 5 to 10 years from now, all of the crypto advancement and all of the crypto technology, all these firms are going to be based in the crypto-friendly state, Wyoming. Mm-hmm. We're actually looking at investing into some property out there right now because it's definitely going to be the future here. Okay, next piece of news here from Decrypt. Assassin's Creed publisher is making the next generation of NFT games. We had an episode on NFTs last week.
Right.
And we kind of foreshadowed this is going to happen. Now gamers are getting into it. Why? Let's look at the brief down here. Game publisher Ubisoft recently released the crypto fantasy soccer game One Shot League. Okay, the Assassin's Creed and Just Dance publisher is exploring ways to bring its big franchises to the blockchain. This is huge. I know we say NFTs may be a bubble, but we're just getting started here. I will leave this article in the description. It's fairly long, a lot of good information here. But if you are a gamer, things are about to change, and for the better.
For the better.
Okay, moving on to the next piece of news here from Cointelegraph. Really interested me. A painting by avant-garde master Baronov Rossini to be auctioned as an NFT. Why is this news? It's actually huge. This will be the first physical piece of art from a major master being auctioned off as an NFT. So this particular painter, an early 20th century master who boasts a permanent installation at the Museum of Modern Art, is about to get a new life on the blockchain. Again, we discussed this last week. Anything physical, anything imaginary, anything you think about can become an NFT. And it creates value pretty much out of thin air here. But the reason I wanted to talk about this is because we tend to think of NFTs for artists that are currently living, but this is going to get a lot larger than that. These NFTs are going to reach into painters and artists that are deceased. For example, this particular guy, I looked him up on Wikipedia. He was murdered at a concentration camp in Germany in like 1920 something. Okay, so he's been gone for a while. But here's the piece here. His grandson is all about this NFT.
Wow.
So you're going to see a lot of famous celebrities, a lot of famous artists who have passed away 100, 200, 50 years ago, where their family is going to start coming out and saying, hey, my grandfather's artwork, I want to turn it into an NFT.
Wow.
So this is just the beginning of NFTs. I'm really excited to see where this space goes. Some more piece of NFT news here. Tony Hawk, his final Ollie is going to be released as an NFT.
So that's a video clip?
Yes. So Tony Hawk, who's now 52 years old, okay? I guess he did this 900-degree spin, and he did it again on live video, and he is putting that video up for auction. So that's really exciting to see and interesting. Again, celebrities living, celebrities deceased, they're all going to have NFTs, and they're all going to have value. A little bit more to this article, I kind of skipped over here, but some New York man sells his tokenized farts for $85.
Wow.
Again, this
What's
shows...
next?
Yeah, what's next? We don't know.
Honestly, what is next? I'm sure we'll see a lot more.
But this shows you how the non-fungible token, the NFT, can derive value from anything.
Well, so here's my thing, and I talked to you about this after last week's episode. I think my beef with some of this stuff is I can cut my toenail, right? My toenail is unique, right? It's mine. I only have it. So if I make an NFT representing my physical toenail,
right?
Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, some of this stuff is just out of hand. It's getting ridiculous. And just because I make an NFT of my toenail doesn't mean that it has value. Doesn't mean that, and I'll give credit here to Crypto Jeb here, because they had a conversation on this on one of his lives. And he was saying what makes art valuable is the consensus around it saying, hey, this artwork, from the majority of people or from people, a group of people, this artwork has value. There's a consensus around that something saying that
Yeah.
it has value, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but a fart?
You know,
Or like, what are we doing
but
here?
it's the first fart, right? It's the first NFT fart. And
well,
and
at this point,
to,
y'all might see me start NFTing my toenails.
but I'll have
Like,
I'll have to push back on you on that as far as the consensus of what something, the value of something. All it takes is one person to give value to something. All it takes
so
is
then we're having a conversation about what value is and what that.
it's subjective, right?
So I see what you're saying. So for me, I'm thinking value in terms of money, in terms of Bitcoin, of Ethereum, of the dollar sign, of what you can get, right?
Yeah.
That price. So
Yeah.
I mean, anything has value at that point.
You're right. Anything has value. It's according to the consumer. It's according to the market. And right now, the market is telling us NFTs have value, right?
Okay.
And going back to your toenail, you know, I wouldn't buy your toenail clipping NFT, but I mean,
Right.
if you were Angelina Jolie and you cut your toenail,
right.
that may have some value. So it's all about subjective here, and
Ooh.
this is going to be fun to see where the NFT space ends up going.
100%.
Yep. Next piece of news here, our boy Jerome Powell back in the news. He did a little video this past week. I'll link that in the description. But this article specifically goes over CBDCs. If you don't know what a CBDC is, it's a central bank digital currency. Okay? So just off the name of CBDCs, you can see our world financial system is going digital. Okay? All of the money in the world is going to be on the blockchain. The central banks are telling you this. So CBDCs to coexist with cash payments, according to Fed Chairman Powell. Okay, there was a little snippet in here I wanted to read to you. Again, let me find it here. Okay, here it is. And this is Powell. Okay, he's telling you this. The Fed is also doing its part to examine the role of new technologies, i.e. blockchain. Okay? Experiments with the central bank digital currencies are being conducted at the Board of Governors, as well as complementary efforts like the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston in collaboration with researchers at MIT. So the central banks of the world are creating blockchain currency called central bank digital currency. That's it. That's the article. That's all you need to know there, okay? And be sure, I'll link this in the description, but be sure to click these links if you want to learn more about what the Fed and central banks are doing. Okay, let's move into our Bitcoin news. Bitcoin, #1 market cap. Bloody Monday, this past Monday. Again, this article was released on Tuesday, but Monday's Bitcoin sell-off saw a record of 1.6 billion in liquidations. That is huge. The week before, a lot of shorts were liquidated. This week, it was the longs time. And again, Michelle and I's advice is to never trade leverage in a bull market because you will get wrecked. It's only a matter of time. So this 1.6 billion in liquidations is the second largest purge of longs ever. So when people say the price is too volatile, that's because people are out here trading on 25, 50x, 100x leverage, and they're getting liquidated and they're screwing with the volatility. But this is just another example of how just don't trade in a bull market. Just buy, accumulate, and hold. Next piece of Bitcoin news here. Bank of America analyst slams Bitcoin. Buying one Bitcoin is like owning 60 cars. So, you know, I looked this guy up, Francisco Blanche. Not very impressive. It's obviously he does not understand the technology. He released a little piece called Issues with Bitcoin or whatever. I think I'm going to take an entire episode and really dive into some of the misconceptions that people like this have with Bitcoin. But it's really sad here. Just do your research. It's going to take a lot of time. But I mean, just the title, one Bitcoin is worth 60 cars.
Yeah, what? So that means these cars are $1,000 a piece, or I don't understand. Am I missing something?
So it's a lot wrong with this guy's angle here. And again, we're gonna take another episode to really jump into the reasons why he's wrong. Okay. And again, this whole CO2 emissions and Bitcoin using a lot of carbon, it's not true. Studies have been put out by reliable sources. It's estimated between 70 to 80% of all Bitcoin mining is used by renewable energies. So you have to be really careful about what you read, especially when it comes to the FUD. Just do your extra research, and we're going to come at you with another episode debunking some of this. Okay, the next article here. In the next breath, Bank of America sees DeFi potentially more disruptive than Bitcoin. DeFi is going to be disruptive because DeFi replaces the need for a bank to do any type of financial transaction.
And I'll say something real quick on that. Charles Hoskinson on his, he did an AMA, or he just hopped on live this past week, and he had a really good talk on just how DeFi, just its place within society as we move forward. I'll be sure to link that below, but he just said it so perfectly what DeFi is going to do for people across the world.
Yes, and DeFi is going to be huge, but what most people don't understand here is that I'm one of those people in the camp that doesn't think Bitcoin will ever lose its number one spot. Why? Because Bitcoin is the longest running trustless blockchain, and people are going to trust Bitcoin more than any other cryptocurrency when they're putting millions and billions of dollars into this new financial system. But it's really interesting to see how banks are kind of flip-flopping and twisting and turning themselves into pretzel pieces to try to explain Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies in the ecosystem. Okay, moving on to more Bitcoin news, to wealthy clients. Again, another bank recognizing
Bending the knee
to Bitcoin. Why? Because he says down here, because my clients want it. Okay? The market dictates what project is going to be successful. The market is going to dictate what corporations do. Okay, so definitely read this, but this is breaking news. The interesting thing here is that they're going to allow their clients to have exposure to Bitcoin, but only 2.5%. Okay, so I guess that's a start, but the whole thing behind Bitcoin is that you don't have to be an accredited investor to invest in Bitcoin. All you need is a telephone, cell phone, internet connection, and you can buy your Bitcoin directly. So it's going to take the power away from these big banks here. More Morgan Stanley news. Threshold being reached on crypto as, I've got a little pop-up here, Morgan Stanley says threshold being reached on crypto as an investable asset class. I was having a conversation with Michelle and also Crypto Joe that a lot of these big institutions, they're not going to start investing into Bitcoin until it's a $10 trillion, $100 trillion market cap, because that's just the way they think. But one piece of information down here that I did want to point out here, They wrote, for those qualified investors ready to gain exposure, we suggest starting with publicly traded projects or products, preferably ones that are multi-asset and potentially assessing the growth of opportunities through a venture capital, private equity investment in the blockchain system. So they're kind of teeing this up for Bitcoin ETFs that we hope will be approved here in the very near future. One more piece of Morgan Stanley news that's really important, I don't see anyone talking about it, is Morgan Stanley reportedly set to buy BitHum Exchange for over $40 million. So this exchange is a South Korean cryptocurrency exchange, and Morgan Stanley is proposing to buy them for $400 million. They're in negotiations now. So Morgan Stanley must know they're going to have a lot of volume in order to spend $400 million to purchase an exchange.
Right.
Think about that, okay? All right, next piece of news here. A survey that I came across, 74% of U.S. accredited investors likely to invest in Bitcoin this year.
Wow.
Is it too late to invest in Bitcoin?
No.
No, it's not. You're so early. You're so early that accredited investors haven't started investing yet through their firms. Now, this was a a smaller survey, only 379 U.S. accredited investors surveyed here. But these numbers are interesting. 87% have heard about Bitcoin. 70% have invested in Bitcoin before. 67% have invested in altcoins. Wait, let's go back to the 70% number. 70% of these accredited investors have already invested in a Bitcoin.
Wow.
Let that sink in. The rich are already buying Bitcoin. It's not too late. Okay, next piece of Bitcoin news here. Bitcoin's $1 trillion market cap, too important to ignore, says Deutsche Bank. When I read this title, I thought of the Gandhi quote, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, and then you win. Okay? This is what people don't realize, ladies and gentlemen, is that Bitcoin has already won. Bitcoin is the most superior store of value, even with the volatility. Bitcoin is the most superior currency. It settles within 10 minutes. And Bitcoin is the most trusted currency.
Right. Most transparent currency.
Trusted and transparent currency.
Wow.
Bitcoin has already won this fight. You need to realize it. Now, banks are starting to realize it because they've ignored it since 2017. It's a bubble. It's a scam. But now, we want exposure to it. So this is interesting. Deutsche Bank, now too important to ignore. That's the first step here. So by the end of the year, we're going to see more and more banks getting exposure to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies for their clients. Why? Because they're going to make money off of you. Okay, next piece of Bitcoin news here from Forbes. Robinhood app plans to expand crypto operations. I'm not a big fan of Robinhood.
Me neither.
I don't think many people are right now. I would stay away from investing in any type of cryptocurrency using Robinhood app, because not your coin, not your keys, not your coin, not your coins, not your keys, not your keys, not your coin.
Yeah, not your keys, not your crypto, not your keys, not your coin.
Right. You always want to custody your own cryptocurrency. Don't hold it on exchanges and don't give it to CEO Vlad Tenev. Don't do that. Okay, next piece of Bitcoin news. This has me really excited. I'm really bullish. We just started this live stream last week, so there's quite a bit of news that, I'm only bringing you news by the week, okay? But this is important. Mayors across U.S. exploring Bitcoin payment options for residents and employees, says Suarez. So Suarez is the mayor of Miami. He's been very vocal the last couple of months about how he wants to incorporate Bitcoin into the Miami infrastructure, and also pay employees and pay out benefits in Bitcoin. So this is huge. Again, last week we talked about how the supply is shrinking, how it's getting harder and harder to access larger amounts of Bitcoin, and now mayors across the United States are looking at Bitcoin as an option to pay employees, to pay residents, to pay benefits, and also invest in. So, MicroStrategy, if you've been following MicroStrategy, the corporation, they kind of focus on corporations putting Bitcoin on their balance. Municipalities, cities, counties, governments are going to have Bitcoin on their balance sheets. Mm-hmm. It's a matter of time, and we see it unfolding right in front of our eyes.
Right.
So is it too late to buy Bitcoin?
No.
No, it's not.
Not at all.
Okay, one more piece of Bitcoin bullish news here. Brazil becomes second country in the Americas to approve a Bitcoin ETF. So Canada was the first. I believe they passed 3. Brazil has recently passed 2 ETFs. Again, this is huge. More and more governments, more and more corporations, more and more family trusts are opening up to the possibility of having Bitcoin on their balance sheets. Okay, so this is huge. It's going to come from a Brazilian-based exchange. Again, more money is going to be piling into the Bitcoin cryptocurrency ecosystem. It's happening right in front of us. All right, let's move on to the number 2 market cap, and I'll kind of speed it up here. Don't want to waste too much of your time. Number 2 market cap, Ethereum. Last week, we talked about EIP 1559 and what that can mean to the miner's bottom line. Now, there's an article out about EIP 3368. Ethereum developers propose this proposal. EIP is Ethereum Improvement Proposal. Anytime you want to upgrade or update the Ethereum computer code, you propose these improvement ideas. So hopefully this will end the miners' rebellion. What this plans on doing is increasing the block rewards for miners from the current 2 ethers to 3. So we'll see if this kind of sidelines some of the miners trying to revolt against this EIP 1559 improvement proposal that will drastically lower some of their rewards for mining. Definitely look out for this. We've been telling you for a couple weeks now that this may turn into a big deal, but
we'll see.
We'll see. Okay, some bullish Ethereum news here. Chinese app Maitu buys $40 million worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is the second time they've dumped money into the cryptocurrency ecosystem. But this is some bullish news here. They follow the likes of Tesla and Square in purchasing Bitcoin, and they are leading as far as buying Ethereum tokens for the blockchain. Definitely read this article. It's fairly interesting, but the moral of the story here is that more and more companies are going to buy Bitcoin. More and more companies are going to buy Ethereum as people realize that this is going to completely replace the global financial system. I'm not a financial advisor. Moving on to number 3 market cap, Binance Smart Chain. Some good news here. Binance Smart Chain's activity and volume outperformed Ethereum's in February. Here's why. It comes down to one simple thing: the Ethereum gas fees. Anytime you're trying to make any type of transaction on the Ethereum network, if you're not using a layer 2 solution, it can cost $30, $40, $50, $60, $70, $100 to make that transaction. So as more and more interest starts moving towards DeFi and decentralized applications, they're going to be scratching their heads at why am I paying $30 for a transaction when I can do the same thing on a Binance Smart Chain or a Cardano chain or a Polkadot relay chain or parachain. So these fees, Ethereum better hurry up or they are going to get caught up too. Okay, more bullish news here for Binance Smart Chain. Brave and BAT join forces with Binance Chain. If you don't know what Brave is an internet browser where you can use, it feels like a mix of Chrome and Firefox, but you use this browser, you get no pop-ups but specified pop-ups. You click the pop-up ad, and they actually pay you in BAT.
Right.
Michelle and I have been using the Brave browser since a couple years now.
Yeah, probably a couple years now. It's just an easy way to make money.
and you know, if you're a beginner, you have to jump into this space and just familiarize yourself and get exposed to these projects. And the reason I say that, when we started using the Brave browser, I believe BAT was at 10, 12, 15 cents.
Yeah.
Now BAT is at, let's take a look here. How far is BAT down? The last I checked, BAT was over $1.
Right.
I can't find it right now, but
it is. I think it is over $1.
Okay.
But, or at least it was. But and I, on average, thinking about how much BAT I've made just by clicking ads.
Right.
Like 20 plus BAT a month is something what I make per month just on clicking BAT ads while I'm in the browser. So that's super, super easy money, super, super easy way to accumulate BAT at zero cost to you. You literally click an ad. And it is a really good browser.
It's a great browser. I'm using it. I think Michelle is using it now. But basic attention token is BAT. I highly recommend downloading the Brave browser because it blocks all other pop-ups and ads. And it only filters you ads that are significant to you.
Right.
All right, moving on. Cardano news here. Coinbase launches Cardano trading on retail app.
Finally. Yeah.
Finally. Any day now, Cardano is going to be listed.
Right. And, you know, in this space, I've learned to not expect anything until it actually happens. And it was a nice surprise this week for it to actually happen and go live on Coinbase Pro and Coinbase.
Yeah, pump at this announcement, but it has fallen back down to its accumulation stage. But this is really exciting because now more people have access to the Cardano token ADA here. All right, moving on, more Cardano bullish news. Charles Hoskinson debunks ghost chain FUD with Cardano ecosystem map. I'll leave this in the description here, but you can see, you know, a lot of people online have been making fun of Cardano that it doesn't have any projects and who's actually using Cardano. Well, Charles brought the receipts here. You can see this infographic of all of the projects building on top of Cardano here. So it's really exciting. And what excites me, so ladies and gentlemen, just remember Cardano is the most peer-reviewed, academically researched blockchain, okay? What excites me here is the research section right here. You've got several different universities that are planning on building on Cardano. I don't think any other blockchain is really doing that. And other research conferences and group. So, you know, moving into the future, DeFi is fun. The Flash is fun. But the real technological advancement is going to come from universities and colleges who groom developers to make blockchains better. Next piece of Cardano news here, Charles Hoskinson, I said it wrong again, talks about Cardano at Blockchain Africa Conference in 2021. So there is no real video of him speaking at this conference, But if you've been following the Cardano project, you know he is huge in the African financial ecosystem because he believes that's going to be the next emerging market as we move in the future 5 to 10 years from now. But one quote that really jumped out at me is, "We are at the cusp of deals and initiatives this year which will bring millions of users through public-private partnerships into the Cardano ecosystem." So that's going to be big. You know, if a month or two after the release of Goguen, if you can come out and say, I've got 1 million users from whatever African country using my blockchain, that's huge. Okay, moving on to the last piece of Cardano news here. Cardano's futures open interest surpasses 1 billion as daily active ADA addresses surge. So let's move down here to this one particular chart that I would like to show you. Again, disclaimer, I hold large bags of Cardano. Loving getting paid every 5 days, but you know, the proof is in the pudding here. Cardano is the green line, and we can show the active addresses has gone through the roof after February leaving into March. Okay, and we can compare this to BNB active addresses, the pink line, XRP active addresses, you know, Uni active addresses, Uniswap, and then even Polkadot active addresses. So maybe Charles is going to deliver here in the next 30 days and say, I've got 1 million users using Cardano. I mean, the data is showing that something is going on behind the scenes here. Okay, moving into Polkadot news. I'm really bullish and excited on Polkadot. And again, next week we're going to be off. We're going to come to you every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Time when that weekly candle closes. Next week we're going to be traveling, but the week after that, we are going to begin our Polkadot learning series where we're going to take a deep dive into the Polkadot ecosystem and the Polkadot parachains and the parachain auctions and understanding how that relates to the relay chain. It's very bullish on Polkadot. What I felt about Cardano, I feel about Polkadot moving into the future. But more bullish news from Polkadot becomes the latest to use Simplex's fiat on-ramp. If you don't know what Simplex is an online payment processor that works with Visa, MasterCard, Swift, and also the big thing here, they work with Apple Pay. So this is going to be huge. Fiat to crypto on-ramp, partnering with Polkadot. Read about that more.
Atomic Wallet also uses Simplex.
Oh,
for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Atomic Wallet is another desktop mobile wallet that you can use. I actually use Atomic Wallet.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention this earlier, but I have a tutorial up on how to purchase ADA and stake ADA all within Atomic Wallet. So yeah, but Atomic Wallet, they use Simplex as their buy crypto with fiat. Right. Yeah.
And I'm actually I follow Atomic Wallet on Reddit and Twitter. There's been a lot of FUD out there. New beginners, newcomers have actually been giving their private keys to fake Atomic Wallet support tickets. Never give your private key to anyone.
Never.
They're gonna steal your funds. So there's a lot of people pissed off right now at Atomic Wallet, but you know.
Right. I mean, that's literally rule number one when it comes to your private keys. You don't share it with anyone. Right. And even Exodus, Atomic Wallet, all these wallets out here, they explicitly say that. We will never ask you for your seed phrase. They explicitly say that. But, you know, if you're new and you're just kind of doing this and that, not really paying attention, then you can become a victim of that scam.
Exactly. Okay, moving into the next bullish news here for Polkadot, Cardano, and Uniswap. This is from Zai Crypto. Bybit adds Cardano Polkadot and Uniswap to its trading platform. Again, Bybit is a platform where you can go and trade on leverage. You can trade 1 to 25 times your leverage here. Don't do that. You'll get liquidated. These traders who are trading on leverage, they've been doing it for, decades. Don't get caught up in that. But this is bullish news because it adds more trading volume to these three coins. Last piece of Polkadot news here. Okay, Polkadot to enhance interoperability between networks by releasing decentralized bridges. So if you really don't know what Polkadot is going to connect all blockchains to one relay chain so all blockchains can communicate with each other. It's a really exciting project and idea, but this particular news talks about building bridges to other blockchains to where they can communicate and trade assets back and forth. So again, I'm really excited about Polkadot, but these decentralized bridges, they're very young right now. A lot of them have a market cap under 100 million. So if you pick the right bridge to invest to, you're looking at 100x, 1000x gains. And so in the next couple weeks, we're really excited to bring to you our picks for the best bridges and what we think are the best parachains to invest in. Moving into XRP Ripple news. XRP rises as observers claim Ripple 1, SEC 0. So this is an interesting article here. It's actually kind of funny. Someone posted some live audio from the XRP SEC lawsuit. And the judge said this quote here: "My understanding of XRP is that not only does it have a currency value, but it also has a utility." Okay, that part is true. But this second part, and that utility distinguishes it from Bitcoin and Ether. So if you know anything about Bitcoin and Ethereum, it has utility. So, again, I'm not following this case too closely because there's other projects out there that are more exciting than watching a court case between the U.S. government and Ripple. But definitely look at this article because it's got the audio, the full audio version also. And we'll also recommend a YouTube to follow. I believe it's the name of Legal Briefs. We'll put it down in the description. He goes into a deep dive into what's going on in this SEC lawsuit. But some bullish news for XRP, the Ripple Army here, is XRP has a new white paper, and it pitches XRP as a bridge currency for CBDCs. We talked a little earlier. We already know that central banks across the world are developing their own cryptocurrency. Central bank digital currency. Okay, so there's a question of, okay, if central banks develop their own currency, what blockchain are they going to use? How are they going to talk to other central bank digital currencies? So XRP has a possible white paper here for you to look at. That's bullish news. Some more bullish news here. U.S. court allows Ripple's co-founders to file a motion to dismiss the case. So, again, we'll see what happens. Hopefully this case doesn't drag on too long, but, we've got some dates in April and May, so we at least know it's going to go on until the mid-summer. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, some Uniswap news here. Again, when you hear people say that governments are just going to ban Bitcoin or governments are just going to ban cryptocurrency, governments don't even understand what cryptocurrency is, okay? Now, look at this article. The FATF guidance could wreak havoc on Uniswap operators. So the Financial Action Task Force has issued new guidance for decentralized applications, or dApps. Okay, the implications could directly affect DeFi sector and could have consequences on dApp operators such as Uniswap, SushiSwap, and others like PancakeSwap. Okay, what this is saying is that if you develop a decentralized application, or you have any type of shareholder value into that application, you could be labeled as a virtual asset service provider. Okay, and if you're labeled as a VASP, virtual asset service provider, then you're responsible for setting up anti-money laundering controls. So let me go back to the government piece here. Right now, the SEC, the U.S. government, is sitting in court over something Ripple did back in 2017, 2018. Now it's 2021. We've got decentralized applications. We've got decentralized autonomous organizations. We've got non-fungible tokens. All the wild, wild west right now. No regulation whatsoever. But somehow the government is going to catch up to technology. Not going to happen. But read this article. It kind of goes down in deep here. There is an attorney, Gabriel Shapiro. He says something interesting here. Writing and developing, deploying a smart contract is actually free speech. This is true. And we'll go into this another episode, but this is why governments won't be able to ban Bitcoin, at least in the United States, because Bitcoin is written code, and that has already been deemed free speech. So we will see how the government kind of come up with regulations, but it's going to take a while, I think, because they just don't understand the technology. Okay, winding down here, just a couple more articles for you. In your Litecoin news, Mimblewimble privacy feature is now complete. Congratulations to Litecoin. So this Mimblewimble feature is going to add scalability and also private transactions on the Litecoin network. So it's going to be similar to Monero or Zcash. So when I have friends or people come up to me and ask me, should I invest into this privacy coin? My answer is always no, because you have to remember Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, all these other cryptocurrencies, they're adaptable and they can change the code and they can upgrade the code. So Litecoin has upgraded their code to allow private transactions. So why do I need Monero? Why do I need Zcash? Bitcoin developers are also working on this to build private transactions on top of the Bitcoin layer.
Polkadot as well, right?
Yes, Polkadot has
That zero knowledge, isn't
and
it?
Fowler Network. We'll go into that another episode. But all these blockchains, you have to remember, they're not just set in stone. They're adaptable. They can be upgraded. So that's why you want to keep that in consideration when you're investing in coins that say they do a certain thing, but then 2-3 years from now, Bitcoin will be able to do that same thing and everybody will just use Bitcoin. So don't invest in private. I'm not a financial advisor, but don't invest in private cryptocurrencies, private transaction cryptocurrencies, because Bitcoin and Litecoin, they're going to do that anyway. Okay, moving on here to some more news for Chainlink. Chainlink is the number 10 spot, barely hanging on, but I've got 3 pieces of bullish information and articles here. Crypto giant Grayscale, which is a crypto giant, jeez,
Yeah.
boosts 5 altcoins, okay, that they launch products for institutional investors. One of those 5 is Chainlink. Chainlink is going to be a monster. It's going to be an oracle, and this oracle is going to feed outside data into blockchain projects. So that's going to have a lot of use case. Some more Chainlink news here. 16 ways to create dynamic non-fungible tokens using Chainlink oracles. This is going to be really exciting. I mentioned this in news last week for Chainlink. The dynamic NFTs. So we talked about NFTs earlier. Dynamic NFTs is going to take real outside world information and feed it into that NFT. So again, think of baseball scores, basketball scores. We're in March Madness right now. If I had a digital basketball card, that players' information or the player's stats could be uploaded and updated instantly. Okay, last piece of news here. Chainlink VRFs, which is a verifiable randomness, makes provably rare NFTs. So I like Chainlink not just jumping on the NFT bandwagon, but they have some ideas to make NFTs better, more accessible, more smart, if you will. So Chainlink has a lot of upside left here. That's all of the news I have now, Shell. It's been an interesting week. The next week, I feel we'll see what the markets do. We've been trading sideways the past 7 days. Is it time for a correction or a pullback, or are we just going to go straight to the moon? We've got one more week in Q1. We'll see how March ends and how March closes. Again, we won't be here next weekend, but starting the first Sunday in April, we're going to bring you a live series of how to invest and how to understand the Polkadot ecosystem.
Right. And let's switch real quick, Creole.
Yes.
Okay. All right, y'all. So that is it. Thank y'all for tuning in. I think as we mentioned before, this is our second live, so we're still trying to figure out our flow on this. Give us your feedback. If you like something that we're doing, let us know in the comments. Let us know in the chat. If you don't like something that we're doing, let us know. Comment. Let us know, because we're trying to figure out what is best for our viewers, because we're here for you. Also, our Discord link is in the description. Join our Discord. We have a lot of fun in Discord. And if you're one of those people, you haven't joined Discord because you don't really know what it's all about. I used to be one of those people, but once I got into Discord, it is a lot of fun what you can do in Discord, okay?
And a lot of good information too.
For sure. And it's a great networking opportunity as well. We have a blast, okay? And like I said, we're sharing exclusive content in our Discord. Make sure you subscribe, like this video. You can follow me on Instagram at michelle.url. And like I said, we won't be live next Sunday because of traveling, but I may be live during the week. So again, subscribe, stay on the lookout for all of that, and we'll see y'all here in a couple weeks.
Yes, we will. And remember, what happens next is up to you.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night.